Larry, welcome to the set. And I got to start with that. How exciting has this been as a father, forget about as a former player, to watch your son go through this?
Well, it's just unbelievable because when you're dreaming about your kids playing, if they get a scholarship to college, that's pretty darn good. You know, and then I know how hard he worked, and he wasn't going to be drafted, they were saying, and then all of a sudden he worked hard and made an NBA team. That's crazy. And to play for the team, you know, to get traded to the team you play for and wear your jersey, I'm just living the dream, actually, because I don't even know how to explain that because it's never been done before. So I'm a pretty special person.
No, I mean, just in terms of Larry and the team and obviously LeBron James, and just, you know, having played here, been a part of this organization, living here in this area, just talk about the impact, what he means, and how important he's been to this franchise and this city since he's been drafted here and when he came back, especially and won that championship.
Well, I know what he won here. Downtown wasn't that good. Now downtown is the place to be. And having a player like him is just unbelievable. These guys is learning from him. I know Larry watched him so long. Now Larry's playing with him. And Larry's a pretty smart player, so he's having fun trying to figure out what LeBron is thinking and trying to get to the right spots. But, you know, LeBron means it all to this city, and he's done so much for us. And it's such a great kid off the court.
You know, Larry, I always tell you this. Do you ever feel bad that you stole Brad Daugherty from me?
How did I do that?
Well, we had the #1 pick in the draft, and y'all stole him from us. Y'all gave me Roy Henson for Brad Daugherty. I don't think that's a fair trade.
Well, I like it. We had a nice, true center, and Brad was a nice player, and he could pass too.
Yes.
And so it worked out for us really good.
You know, Larry, when I see you and I studied your game, it seems like you would be made for today's game as far as guys that can switch out, that can move laterally, you could run fast and those type of things. Let me ask you something as a fan, though. The dunk that you did, the one when you cradled it, right? Michael Jordan did that dunk after you. Did anybody show you that dunk? Is that something you were just messing around with in the gym? Did you see someone else do it? Because I'm trying to wonder, where did that come from? Because it was such a dope dunk, and at the same time, Michael kind of made it even more popular.
Well, when Michael did it, they said it was Michael's dunk. You know, anything Michael do, they're going to take it.
Right. But I used to study the game, so I know that hook, that was you. Did you get it from anywhere? That was just your...
I did not get it from anywhere. You know, I just used to love the dunk from watching Julius Erving, and so you just invent some stuff yourself to work on. But, you know, just loved it, and I used to dunk after practice all the time, and the guys are like, "Will you sit down? Your knees gonna hurt." Well, I know what they meant now because my knees are hurt.
You know, Casey. Obviously, we played in the same era, a little younger than these young guys. But you know, people always talk about what a great player Larry was, but the people always say one of the nicest guys ever. And I can always tell people, I says, "Oh, you're right about that." Just a really I'm able to separate the basketball, but you've always just been a good man.
Well, thank you. My mom raised me that way, and you know, that's the only way to be. And you know, I had to deal with this man in low post, so it's good to be sitting right here instead
of up under the
basket. If you touched
him like that back then, he would have fell down.
Yeah.
We got games. We got jokes now.
I'm not gonna fall for none of that stuff. You can bet that.
So tonight, let's look at the game tonight. What's the keys to the game tonight?
Well, I think we got to continue to play defense, and hopefully they don't make some of those tough, ridiculous shots they were making. And we got to make shots. I mean, we got to not rely on LeBron so much, but which that's hard to do. But we got to make wide open shots when we got them and be aggressive and get offensive rebounds.
No, I was just going to say, forgot what I was going to say.
That's that Duke education.
No, you told me you wanted to ask.
No, I was going to ask him. Charles took my question. Those Auburn guys always taking stuff.
Let me ask you this, because we were talking about it before, and your son is in that room. The JR scenario, after what happened in Game 1, did he give you an impression of what it was like in that room afterwards, and what was your take on what happened and the idea of having a teammate do that at the end of a game?
Well, I mean, I just looked at it as a mistake he made, and move on to the next thing because we're all human and we all make mistakes. He just made it on national TV, and it was a big crucial thing. And it's just time to move on and play because there's nothing you can do about that. So it's no sense in wallowing on it.
One of the things I talked about earlier, I was very disappointed in the Cavs overall, the way they didn't support JR after the game and the days before game 2. I thought their body language, but they didn't rally to his defense. That's bothered me from a distance. Because I was going to say, LeBron's got to say something. Ty Lue's got to say something. Because, first of all, the kid obviously feels horrible. Nobody tries to mess up. But I was very disappointed nobody in the Cavs organization kind of came to his defense.
Well, I have to agree with you there because he could have just not tried to get the rebound. He never would have got it. We wouldn't be talking about this. So he got a rebound, and it's just always protect your teammates. Always pat them on the back and never, turn on them.
Larry, we were talking before you came on about what LeBron will show up here to start the game. Will it be the aggressive looking to score LeBron James, or will it be the facilitator? What do you think, having watched him play a lot, understanding this series, what Cleveland needs, what LeBron James will come out here in the first quarter and set the tone?
I think the aggressive LeBron James getting to the hole, because we got to get to the hole to make him rotate so we can get some open shots. So I think he's going to really be aggressive, get to the hole, get a couple of 3-point plays, and then they'll start trying to help some, and then that'll open up stuff for everybody else.
All right, earlier you were talking about how difficult it was to face that man when he was a little slimmer on the floor.
Did you do that, Larry?
Oh, man.
Did you do that to me, Larry? Oh my goodness.
Man.
That's cold-blooded. Where you got to find this stuff at?
Well, we got everything. Larry, trust me, that's one thing about NBA TV and Turner. If I get embarrassed, they going to find it. Larry, you dunked on me like that.
Ron Harper, was he talking to you?
It didn't look that difficult then.
Oh, that looked that was impressive.
Wait, Larry, how tall? 6'10"?
6'10".
You play small forward?
Small forward, power forward, a little bit of center. But that was back then. Now, I don't know what I can play now because I can't shoot threes.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they keep showing that?
I do. Hey, listen.
Dude, we friends no matter what.
We always going to be friends.
Larry, we can't thank you enough for being with us. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we can't thank you enough for bringing this highlight up either.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you. I really enjoyed it.
We've got more coming up. We'll continue to look ahead to both sides as we get ready for game number 3. Kevin Durant wasn't happy with his performance in game 1. More efficient in game number 2. What does he have in store tonight? More to come on Game Time.